Berkel, you've had quite a few weeks of it. Lommel, Belgium, Canada, and then back to the Netherlands, and racing 3 weeks in a row in different continents. Just talk me through about all that, first of all.
Yeah, I've been, of course, racing in Canada, and the week before Lommel on Saturday I got a message from JWR if I wanted to. Well, actually, the question was, are you in Europe? I said, no, I'm in Canada, but it can be there next week if you want to, because I knew the question was coming.
Why? How did you know?
Well, I saw Tundel got injured in the race, and I'm always been close with Patrick. Like, always had really a respectful relationship with him. Like last year I didn't fill in for them, but the year before I did, and we always kept chatting and everything. So he called me up and asked me if I wanted to race. So literally before the moto at Deschambault, he booked my ticket. The next day I drove back 1,100 kilometers to Toronto, flew back home 8 hours. And well, the week of Lommel was, if I compare now how I feel compared to the week of Lommel, that was just jet lag and really like exhausted. So I didn't ride so well there. I was close to the points again, but I was just tired. Then I flew back for the last race of Canadian Championship. Season was over there. I finished 5th in the championship, and then I go back here, but the guys had Uddevalla. So I didn't really train on their bike. I just landed the bike from someone, and like an older bike, so just to ride a little bit. I might have been 20 seconds down on myself here today if I would have ridden here. So Wednesday I practiced with them, and then went to race here. I knew it was not going to be easy because my preparation for this stuff hasn't been the best. Because well, in Canada it's different with the heat, but the sand track, it's nothing compared to this, so it's really different kind of toughness. And here, of course, if you see the names on the list, it's insane how many good riders are just in front of you. And I'm always pissed when I don't get points. I'm like, I feel like an amateur. But then if you look around, like who's around you, then I shouldn't be too hard on myself. Like, of course you want points, but without the best preparation, it's never easy to step in the MXGP and be immediately competitive. But,
and just on Canada, I mean, how did all that opportunity come around for you to race there, and how did you find racing in a different continent in that championship? What was it like? And I mean, 5th, I think, in the championship in MX1. That's not bad. Yeah. You probably never rode the tracks before.
No, so a couple of years ago I was just working full time, and I felt like that was not the place I should be. I wanted to still be a professional guy. So I always had one goal for myself, and that was I wanted to race a national in my life. Then I started racing beach racing, and then halfway in the summer of the second year I said, Lars, just grow some balls, book a ticket, grab a bike from someone and just do a national. First year I didn't get any points there, it was just difficult with everything. But the second year I came more prepared. I did really good in Redbud and Southwick. I think I finished 16 and 15 overall. And then the day after Southwick I did Go for Dunes, and I finished on the podium there. And one of the mechanics of Dylan Wright there, he started his own team, Guaranteed Comfort Racing now, together with Hanover Motorsports. And he was looking for a rider, and he knew that I didn't really had anything going on in the summer. So, well, he gave me an offer, and I decided to just do it because I like a challenge, and I don't like a lot of time off. It gets me like itchy and nervous. So I decided to go racing there for 3 months, because the summer is really back to back. Like, you've got 2 weekends, then 2 weekends off, and then 5 weekends in a row. And then weekend off where I went to Lommel, but it's quite compact. Just the traveling is a lot. So it's hard to practice in the same way you can do it here. Like, we are quite spoiled in the Netherlands and Belgium with all the tracks close by. Like, you do 1 hour. You can do 1 hour and you've got like 20 tracks to choose from, and in Canada you can do 2 hours and you've got one track, and it's not even the best track to practice. So it's challenging there. That I had to get really used to that. But well, I finished 5th in the championship in the end. I got on the podium and Go for Dunes. Almost like, well, I faded, but like I had heat stroke in the second mode. It's that hot over there. Not even enjoyable how hot it was that day. Got another. I still think I got a podium in the moto in Deschambault when I got passed off track. So, well, I pretty much had a podium there. I did really good there, and 5th in the championship. It's not too bad. Like, okay, we were lucky with Dylan Wright having the issues and stuff, but it was not a bad season.
And just on the tracks, I mean, you have quite a lot of experience because growing up, you know, you done the whole EMX thing. What were the tracks in Canada like? I mean, when you were riding, when you were turning up to them? Like, did they look cool? Did they look nice, or were you turning up being like, "What's going on here"?
The track preparation was a bit under the level I expected. Like Calgary was actually pretty nice for practice, but then on the race weekend, because you've got the opportunity to practice there before.
Okay.
On the race day it was hard. Then you have Cold Lake, which is like super small, like a goat trail, and then you've got massive, like a 45-meter quad in the middle, and it wasn't the best. But then you've got like Go for Dunes was really good, Senderlee, all the other tracks were pretty good, but it's just different. Like the suspension's way softer there. But you need softer suspension there because you've got amateur day the day before, so the track shapes up different. So yeah, I still think the tracks in Europe are way rougher than there, but there you've got another element, which is temperature and humidity. Like it really feels like you're racing in a sauna. Like you feel like a barbecue after the motor. Like I know I'm fit. I do beach racing like 3 hours, and I come off the bike and I'm still fit. But then in I'm tired of course, but in Go for Dunes, I don't remember the last 2 laps anymore because I went all in. I wanted to pass my teammate, and I almost faded. Like on the podium, I didn't know what I was saying. I was like hallucinating on the podium. It was really, really scary actually. I was sitting there alone because my parents weren't there. I was like, I can die. Like I was honestly thinking about Josh Litchell, who had like a heat stroke and he died from it. I was like, oof, I hope like everything goes well, because I was literally sitting in a chair for 1.5 hours and still like I knew where I was, but I was like having almost like panic attacks. It's so weird. Also, I think this helps because you're alone, you don't have family there, and it just felt weird. But well, I gave everything and I finished on the podium there, so that was good. But it's just different. You cannot compare the two things. And
being Dutch, I mean, these kind of tracks, Lommel and Arnhem, are usually right up your street, but obviously being away, you haven't had the prep. What was it like coming into the deep end, racing MXGP and those tracks? Did you even find them rough?
Yeah, I found them really rough. Like I said, I think nothing is comparable to Lommel and Arnhem. Arnhem, I haven't had any success in the past when I was racing Dutch Masters here and everything. I just never gelled with it. I think today was by far the best I've ever ridden here. I haven't practiced a lot here, just also because in summertime, apart from this year, I haven't raced a lot in Europe and in the Netherlands. So I didn't really need to train on the rough tracks. And then you go practice here, it's completely different. It's like a highway compared to now. I would have loved maybe to have Lommel today and Arnhem 2 weeks ago, because I think that's still more my alley. Like today, it's a sand track, but I think as a Dutch rider, you won't have real advantage just because it's so hard. It's 180-degree corners.
Not much
flow.
I
would say everybody can do it. Yeah, that's what the thing. When you see Lierop, that's like a track you need to keep flow, and that's something we as Dutch riders might have a bit different, especially me with beach racing. I'm more a type of guy who keeps flow, and it's hard to do here. Here's more stop and go and a lot of intensity, and because of my beach racing, I think I lack the intensity maybe a little bit. But that's also why I did this, to prepare myself going into the beach season to be sharper and more aggressive.
I wanted to ask you about the beach racing actually. Obviously you've been with Honda for quite a few years now. It seems like you won't be staying there. Have you got 100% plans yet? I mean, and if not, do you think we'll definitely be seeing you at the beach racing?
Yeah, you will definitely see me at the beach racing. I've had a great relationship with SF for the last 5 years. Honda got me out of my office chair because I was literally working in an office before I did Phuket. I showed up first time on Husqvarna there, finished 6th overall as a non-full-time beach racer. Got the opportunity with Honda SR to race for them for 5 years. But after 5 years they made a decision they needed a different rider, and I wasn't too happy at the beginning about it, but it's okay. It's sport and it's also a business side, so they decided to take a lighter rider and a smaller rider, and